UIC.
Freedom the people of
Hell
need.
yeah.
Freedom the people of need. Yeah, yeah. Freedom the people of want. Freedom the people of need. Yeah, yeah. Freedom the people of want. Freedom the people of need. Yeah, yeah. Freedom the people of want. Freedom the people of need. Yeah,
Yeah. Real man a road. Now bow wolf in a tree grand a road. Now bow down to no demon a road. UIC when you see man a road, me say yeah. Real man a road. Now bow wolf in a tree grand a road. Now bow down to no demon a road. UIC when you see man a road. Ready fi broke every chain. That when you free up the
Hello, and good evening, everyone. Welcome to another edition of UIC Liberty TV. This is Joseph Patterson, president of the UIC, coming to you live from St. Elizabeth, Jamaica. Today, we have a very interesting topic to talk about, and it is the UIC Jamaica or One Jamaica Walk. Yeah, UIC One Jamaica Walk. And so I'm going to share with you, and hopefully, we'll have some guests on today to talk with me about this. They're having some difficulties getting on. But hopefully we can talk a bit today about what's going to happen tomorrow. Good evening. Can I see the names here? I see Ken Francis. I see Mega, Mojo. I see Joey Gordon, Zenzi Scarab, and JMH. Welcome and good evening. It's been a while since I've been on, I know, so I'm very happy to be back here with you. I have been very busy dealing with some internal challenges in the UIC, but I'm very happy to be back with you again this evening to talk about our latest activity that I'm, hoping you'll be a part of. So I see Simone Gordon on. Blessings, Dennis Art. Good to see you. Good day to all the UIC families out there. It's really a pleasure to be able to be on with you tonight again. Joey says we need to try and get that anti-protest law off the books. Absolutely, we have to get all of these colonial laws off the books and free up Jamaica from all of these really bad systems that have been accumulated over the years, first by our colonial masters, and then it has been continued by the present day politicians for the last 78 years. Can you believe that? For 78 years, we have been suffering under this system. So, greetings, King Abijah. Greetings, Joanne Levine. Good evening to you. Greetings, Ken Francis. I'm happy to see you as well. Victory, of course, will be the UIC, so definitely looking forward to that. Good evening to Lenworth Duffus. Good to see you on, Duffus. Maxine, I can't pronounce your last name, Maxine. What is that? Yeah, something. Love and respect, Ken Francis. And good evening, Alan Scott. Good to see you on as well. Big shout out from Vincenza Crawford over there in Manchester. Thank you very much, Purpose Driven. Appreciate it. Grateful to be back as well. It has been a very trying period. When you, you know, building anything that is worthwhile building is a major, major challenge. Building anything at all that is worthwhile building. And there'll always be ups and downs and always challenges. But thankfully, we have some great fans like you, some great supporters, great members. And so we're still there. Yeah, now I know it. We're still there right here. So I'm really happy for that. Jamaican Gamar, good to see you on. Maxine again, good to see you uplifted. Thank you for joining us tonight. Clive, look like Linifat, I think it is. Good to see you on as well. Yeah, and Donnie B as well. Excellent. So happy to be here to see you all. We have a big day ahead of us tomorrow. Just a while ago, I got a call from the police, pretty much threatening me, and telling me that, I need to stand down. I don't know what I need to stand down from. We're going to have a walk tomorrow, so I'm not sure. So I was trying to have a dialogue with him to understand what is it that I need to stand down about. And then I heard click. The gentleman hung up the phone. I have no problem with the police. I don't know, what's going on here. But I'm quite open and ready to have a conversation with our lawmen and women. But in any event, they saw it fit to call me and warn me. I don't know why. All we're having tomorrow is a walk. We're not even having a protest. It's not a protest. It's not a demonstration. It's a walk. We're going to walk tomorrow, and we're walking for unity. We're walking for liberty, and we are walking to be healthy. So I'm not too sure. Good to see you on, Liddy Williams. Maxine again. Joe P, my good friend Joe P. Where you there, sir? Where you are now, Joe P? Where you hanging out? Eternal Rain. Good to see you on as well. Yes, it appears as if I'm a threat, and I don't know why I'm a threat. The purpose of the UIC is to unite the Jamaican people and liberate the Jamaican people. So, we should not be a threat to anybody. If anything, we're a help to everybody, right? But, some people want to continue to hold on to the old system because it benefits them. Yeah. Good to see you on, Rita Lynn. Excellent. And Donna Francis and Sandy Grace and Prince. Look like what? Prince Wiki. Good to see you on as well. So let me kick this off. I have some people waiting. I have some wonderful friends of ours waiting in the wings to get on to talk with me about the ONE Jamaica Walk and to share with you their thoughts and ideas and what's going to happen on the day. So I want to get them in, fairly quickly. But before I do that, let me just say once again, good evening to all of you. Over the last 2 years, our unity, our liberty, and our health status have been severely, severely, severely tested. Our unity, our liberty, and our health have been severely tested over the last 2 years. We were pushed by our government, by our employers, even by our friends and families. We were pushed to hate, to demonize, and to discriminate against each other based on our health status. Similar to how we have been divided by party with tribal politics, where we learn to hate each other, we learn to fight each other, we learn to undermine each other for the sake of party color, for the sake of which party I belong to. And they tried it again in the last 2 years, but this time around our health status. We were to hate each other. So they tried to divide us. They tried to get us to hate each other, to demonize each other, to discriminate. You even have a health minister pronouncing that the government itself is going to implement policies to discriminate against citizens of this great country we call Jamaica. How did we get here? How is it people, let's dare say black people who have been discriminated against probably the most, who have been harassed, who have been disenfranchised, who have been enslaved. How is it that our own government, with people who look like us, could even venture to talk about discriminating against citizens? Not only were we pushed to hate and to demonize and to discriminate against each other, our personal sovereignty, our individual liberty was also challenged as big government, big pharma, and big data, together with social media and mainstream media, they all colluded to deny us freedom of speech with censorship. They colluded to deny us freedom of movement, locking us down. They colluded to deny us freedom to associate, telling us we cannot come together and limiting the amount of numbers and where and so on. And they colluded to take away our freedom of choice, even the choice of what goes into our bodies. So our personal sovereignty came under severe challenge in the last 2 years, as well as we were pushed to be divided. The global elites also conspired to scare us, to bribe us, and to force a single medical solution into us, whether we wanted it or not. As a result of this conspiracy to defraud and to force us into a particular direction, many persons died. And why did they die? They died because they did not know what to do to preserve their health, and they waited helplessly for government to help them. This is serious. It's very serious that we have allowed ourselves to come to the place where we don't even know how to care for our health anymore because we're dependent on government. Because somehow, somewhere, some people have been able to guide us into a direction where we're becoming more and more helpless and more dependent on government while giving away more and more of our freedoms. You see that all over the place. That is why they're talking about a livable wage, or a what do they call it now? Um, a standard income that they'll give everybody, right? This minimum income that they're going to try to get us all to buy into, and to then live by that, because they want us to be in this depending pattern where they, the government, decides what we eat, what we drink, what we wear, and what we're permitted to do. During all of this, during these 2 years, the UIC stood firmly on the side of protecting liberty and promoting personal responsibility. We encourage the government of Jamaica to be objective, to be transparent, and to be inclusive in their approach in order to find real solutions that would help us to protect both our lives and our livelihoods. But the government did not listen. The opposition did not listen. They both came together to force the Jamaican people into a single solution prescribed by their colonial masters. The end result was death and economic destruction. Far more deaths and far more economic destruction than was necessary. And now the resultant outcome is inflation, food shortages, and job losses. Exactly what we predicted 2 years ago. Go back and read all of what I wrote. Everything I wrote before has now come to pass. I told them this approach will result in massive inflation globally and locally, food shortages globally and locally, job losses globally and locally. And our government did not have to follow suit. We could have put in place different policies, the ones that we prescribed, which they did not follow. In any event, all is not lost. We must now quickly recover and learn from the past to ensure a better present and a brighter future for the Jamaican people. We must unite by putting away the system of division that has held us back for more than 78 years since the first election in 1944. Yes, it has now been 78 years that we have been living under a system that divides us, that systematically takes away our freedom, and which has led us to a place where we don't even know what to do when we get a cold. We must take greater care to implement a new system, a system that will secure and protect our individual and collective sovereignty. We must learn how to live healthy, naturally. We must learn how to reduce our dependence on foreign or imported medical solutions. We must learn how to reduce our dependence on foreign imported solutions, medical or otherwise. We must learn how to live healthy, naturally. And the UIC is committed to helping the Jamaican people to rediscover how to do this. Very important. These three words, unity, liberty, and healthy, are the foundation of our One Jamaica Walk that starts at Ward Theatre at 9 a.m. tomorrow, March 22nd, 2022. This One Jamaica Walk is a call to action. for all of us to rethink our whole system of governance, how we govern ourselves, how we govern our families, and how we govern our country. We hope that this One Jamaica Walk will inspire you to join, volunteer, and help to fund this movement so that we can unite the nation with a new constitution and make it a true republic. We don't want a fake republic like the ones that currently exist today. We want a true republic, a republic with a vision, a republic with a mission, a republic with a structure that will give the Jamaican people what we need. Just a second. Hi, Charlie. That's fine. I'm on the sure, I'm on the live right now, so I just paused to take your call. Okay, all right. Sure, thank you. All right. All right, sorry about that, folks. But anyways, my hope, is that this One Jamaica Walk will inspire you to join and volunteer and help us to fund this movement. We need to be able to unite the nation, and we can't do it by being divided by party. And so the UIC is here to bring us together, to unite us as a nation around a new constitution, one that will make Jamaica a true republic. You all know this already, but I'll say it again. The vision of the UIC is a Jamaica that brings out the best in all its people. For us to do that, we need a system that is designed for the people and not against the people. What we have today is a system that is designed against the Jamaican people. It's dividing us and it's destroying us. The mission of the UIC is to create a non-partisan constitutional republic of Jamaica, one that provides a safe, clean, and orderly, free society where everyone can live, earn, and retire with dignity. We aim to create one Jamaica, united, strong, and free. So this evening, I have brought into studio a number of persons. There are a few that might not be on because they're having internet problems. But I have in studio today, it looks like I have Latoya Wolf, who is one of the persons organizing the One Jamaica Walk. Welcome, Latoya. Can you hear me? Latoya, can you hear me?
Hold on, Mr. P. I'm able to hear you.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I realize that I think I hear that Carlene is having problems getting on, and Marlon is also having problems as well. That's Marlon Douglas.
Oh, yes, they are.
But tell me, Latoya, what can you tell our listeners tonight about the One Jamaica Walk? What is it all about?
All right, first of all, good night, Mr. Patterson, and everyone that is on the live right now. I appreciate everyone that is here. And my name is Latoya Wolf. First of all, I'm a council representative on behalf of the United Independence Congress. I am the individuals who have been, putting together this One Jamaica Walk, which is launching tomorrow. This event is in promoting of health, good health, freedom, and just ensuring that we are all living in a very healthy lifestyle. So we want persons to know that it doesn't matter what your background is, who you are, from your 5 years old to 55 or even 95, you're able to get up and walk, with whether in your living room, your go to the gym for those who go to the gym, as well as for any working class, non-working class, self-employed, anybody. It is open to anybody. It is also a fundraising event for our candidates, right? Being that we're not looking towards the Jamaican, we're not looking for handouts, we're not looking for the governmental section to fund us. So we have to fund ourselves. We have to make sure that all of our candidates representing on behalf of the UIC is well taken care of. We are able to launch as a united group, and speak on behalf of that we will be representing each of our division. So this walk is health, right? Because we are walking for freedom, but we're walking in health. For the last 2 years, we have been in a shutdown, and Lord of mercy, I'm justified that we have been to the point where if we are supposed to get free right now, it is like we don't know what to do. We kind of get stuck. We kind of get stuttered in a way. But what I'm really hoping that Marlon and Carlene can join in to help me here, right? So
Thank you.
the tickets
Thank you
are
very much.
1,000. Yes, the
Oh,
tickets
go ahead.
are 1,500, right? Or 100 US. And you can always speak to one of our candidates or our parish managers or our VPs. You can always reach out to anyone within the United Independence Congress for tickets.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Latoya. So let me try to summarize what I'm hearing for our viewers tonight. Basically, the One Jamaica Walk is to bring us together, first of all. One Jamaica, right? One Jamaica. That's what we're talking about. One Jamaica, united,
Correct. One Jamaica.
strong, and free. So it's first of all about unity. It's about us being united as a team, united as a people, united as a country. And then, of course, we want to talk about liberation, liberating us from all forms of slavery, mental slavery, wage slavery, and of course, government regulations that strangle us as opposed to empower us. And of course, if you're walking, you're getting healthier. And the idea is for us to learn to live healthy lives. And that begins with us doing things that God has given us naturally that we can do to be healthy and to reduce our dependence or reliance on, artificial means or, of course, foreign means. I mean, Jamaica was so dependent on foreigners. We have to get, help from everybody else. It's about time we start to help people. But thank you very much for that, Latoya. I also heard that we have tickets on sale for 1,500 Jamaican dollars or 15 dollars US, and it's really a form of donation, if you will. It's a donation to help our candidates so that Jamaica will have an option where we can vote for the UIC and get our candidates elected to promote this unity, this liberty, and this healthy agenda. So thank you very much for that, Ms. Wolf. Let's hear from Mr. Douglas. Welcome, Mr. Douglas. How are you doing tonight, sir? Mr. Douglas? Mr. Douglas, can you hear me? All right, we're not hearing Mr. Douglas at all. So while we're waiting for Mr. Douglas to come back on, I want to just point out a few things that we need to be very, very mindful of. Um, Throughout the last 2 years, we saw where government felt that it was okay to just pass mandates, lock down persons, try to force medication through different means. We also saw the introduction of, for the first time, something called a V passport, where the idea was if you don't have this passport, you wouldn't be able to access certain places, most government places, and you can't get into certain areas. You can't even go to a restaurant. We saw where an attempt was made to introduce a biometric ID by force initially, and then that was struck down by the court. And now we have the biometric ID being posited voluntarily on the Jamaican people. But I can assure you that there will be indirect force with this biometric ID. In Jamaica, we call it NIDS, but it's all over the world. They're trying all over the world to get us on these new systems, which have some very, very draconian intended consequences. So the biometric ID or the NIDS program, I can assure you, mark this down. It's a promise. It's a prophecy, if you will. Those NIDS IDs are going to become mandatory. Not mandatory directly, but mandatory indirectly. You're going to find that you cannot open a bank account unless you have a NIDS ID. You're going to find that you cannot get a job unless you have a NIDS ID. You're going to find that you cannot access a number of services and companies unless you have a NIDS ID. So this is serious. This is your liberty at risk. This is your personal sovereignty at risk. There's also a CBDC. What is that? It is a central bank digital currency. Right now, the government is spending our money to bribe us to take up one of these digital wallets and join into the digital currency that the government is putting forward. This new CBDC is going to take away your freedom of choice in terms of you being able to buy and sell freely, because that is the long term and not too long term intention. Right now, they're using bribe to get you to buy into it by offering you your own money back, taking the tax from you and then offering it back to you as a gift if you buy into the system. So they're using our own money to engage in bribe. When that fails or doesn't provide them the full amount that they need, then they're going to use force. They're simply going to cut off the existing monetary system and say the only system available is this central bank digital currency. And then all of us will be forced to be on it or be locked out of the regular economy. So you're going to have an underground economy, a black market as they call it, because you won't be able to buy and sell freely without getting this CBDC. It's also going to be a part of the social credit system that they have in China, where the government says you're a good girl or a good boy, so they will allow you to do certain things. And if you're a bad boy or a bad girl by their estimation, whatever that is, then they'll turn off your access to money, turn off your access to institutions. So this is really a big deal, but many of us are not paying attention because we're so busy just trying to survive. Then you have the central bank. We no longer have a central bank in Jamaica because our government has given that bank away, along with 20.6 billion of our tax dollars, to a banking cartel. And the idea is that the central bank is now independent. Independent of who? Independent of you and me. Because before, the central bank was supposed to be controlled by our government and should be used as a tool to serve we the people. Now the central bank is used as a tool against we the people and serves the interests of the central bankers, of the banking cartels, of the global elites who want to manage everything. They want to manage our money, they want to manage our health, they want to manage our social activities, they want to manage our children, they want complete domination over our lives. And this is where we're heading. Yeah, so watch carefully. Let me see if we can get back on Mr. Douglas now. Is he here? Can he join us? Mr. Douglas, can you hear me? Mr. Douglas, can you hear me?
Hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, Patterson. Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Wonderful. Welcome, my brother. Good to have you on. I see Andrew Carey on the line. Welcome, Andrew. I see Marsha Clark as well. Good to have you on. Mr. Douglas, I don't
Yes, sir.
like your first name, but it's okay. Mr. Douglas, I'm going to call him Mr. Douglas because I don't want to use your first name. What do you know about the One Jamaica Walk, sir? What is your role in all of this? What do you know about it?
Well, the One Jamaica Walk is a distinguished initiative, under the patronage of the UIC. It's to promote unity, healthy living, and it's also a public awareness activity, basically.
Yeah.
It's a very, innovative educational event also, and I know that, the UIC, is determined to liberate and to educate the Jamaican people and to make us self-aware and to make us, very much, proactive psychologically in our way of thinking, way of thinking or way of how we, we conduct ourselves, or we can determine, political tyranny, political dictatorship, political oppression, and other political, means that will, keep us down and to keep us, from being self-reliant and being self-sufficient, sir. My role in this Jamaica walk, in the One Jamaica Walk, is is very, very, should I say, it's very multi. You know, I am there as a medical, you know, as a first aid medical response individual, and I am there also to assist in various areas, undisclosed. So yes, this initiative is positive step, in us, making the public aware of, you know, who the UIC, what the UIC represents, and also to, you know, teach them and make them aware, of, the lifestyle that they should be living as being healthy and how they can achieve that, basically. So
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Mr. Douglas. I see Mr. Craig McKenzie on, bigging you up and calling you a paramedic. So we're looking forward to your, first aid skills to be on site just in case anyone has any difficulties. Um, what I'm most impressed with this One Jamaica Walk is that it's not restricted to Jamaica. We're inviting all Jamaicans and friends of Jamaica around the world to engage in the 30-day 30K challenge. That's 30 days. We're walking for 30 days, and we want to walk a minimum of 1,000 steps per day for those 30 days. So if you follow the routine and do 1 hour a day and walk for at least 1,000 steps and get to 30,000 by the end of the month, then you would have done well. Now, there are some people like me who are going to do more than 1,000 steps a day. You're going to have some doing 1,500, some doing 2,000, some doing 5,000, some doing 10,000, and so on. But we're inviting all of you to join in the challenge and to contribute your 1,500 or your $15 US, and be a part of the challenge. Be added to our challenge group. There's a special group for all of those who have donated and contributed. You're added to this group, and every day we ask you for the 30 days to post your steps, how much steps you have done. You're going to download the app, of course, and do your steps on the app. You're going to be a part of the challenge group. You'll see who is doing, the best in terms of the steps. And it's going to really improve your lifestyle. We did a test just for a week the other day, and I must confess, I won that competition internally. Now this one I can't win because they said, "Boy, Mr. President, you can't be a winner in this because we have put on the thing." So I am not able to win this competition, but I'm still going to compete as though I could win. So I hope all of you on here will do your best to outstep me, because I'm going to do a lot of steps. Normally, I do an average of about 10,000 steps a day. So I'm just setting the bar for you right now so you know how this is going to go. I know Mr. Marlon, who is on here, Mr. Douglas, is quite the military type, so he might do 15,000 steps a day. I don't know, but we're going to see how it goes. But let's have some fun, no? Let's enjoy
well,
ourselves in walking for unity and for liberty and for
well,
being healthy.
as
Go ahead, Sir Douglas.
yes, sir. Walking is part of my hobby. You know,
Okay, good.
physiologically, I'm actually walking now. I'm walking actually 10 miles right now.
Okay,
I've
there you
covered.
go.
It's downhill. I'm going downhill. So yes, it's it's very physic. The physicality makes you very healthy. You know,
Yes.
burn calories, get and burn and a
So
fitness.
somebody is asking what is the app that we'll be using. I think the app that we're using is called. Um, I think you can choose your app. I think there's some. Let me see here. Carlene is not on, but I know I had to download this thing called what is it called now? Inkin. INKIN. I don't know if you can see it on my phone here. Inkin. So that's the app that we download. And when you download Inkin, you then join the contest. It's see it at the bottom here, called One Jamaica Walk. And when you join that contest, you then can see how you're doing and how others are doing in the competition. Um, you can use, I think, two apps, any one of two apps to link with this. I think I wish Carlin was here to explain this because she's really the mastermind on this. I'm not sure why she's not able to make it on, but Sir Douglas, do you know much about the app that we're using?
Well,
Douglas,
actually,
do you know?
actually, this app was created initially for for to record your fitness, step.
I'm saying,
And
do you know which app? Do you know the app that is
in,
proposed for
in,
people to use?
Inkin is the app that is proposed to be used.
But I think you're
I
linking this. This app has to be linked with something. It has to be linked with another app. So this is I guess, the competition space. But let me check something here. Let me see something. I'm going to go into my space and see what is there. So in my space, it shows your personal profile, and then you have. I'm trying to see where it tracks the stats. Okay, here's my stats. Okay, there's no stats yet because the competition starts tomorrow. But I think it links with your local app. So, for example, my local app that I have been using is one called Google Fit, and
Yes,
another one
yes,
called
yes.
Pedometer.
It's linked with Google Fit, basically, sir.
Yes, and there's also Samsung Health as well. So some people may be using Samsung Health. So whichever one is your favorite app, as long as it's able to link with Inkin, then you're going to be able to do your exercise or your walking, and the data will be synced with Inkin. And because you're in the One Jamaica um, Walk 30-day 30K challenge, it will bring all your data in, and we can see how you're doing relative to me or anybody else on there. um, I see Andrew saying Carlene is asking you to call her directly regarding her input on the live. She's currently experiencing internet connection issues. So let me give a Colleen a call and see if she can give us some insights here on this. 1 second. Uh, you probably all know this already, but Carlene Ramirez Acosta is one of the vice presidents of the UIC, and she's the one spearheading this because she's really good at this kind of stuff. Here we go. Let me see if I can get her on the call here. Craig McKenzie's asking us to send the link. I see where JMH has already sent the name of the app. Uh, okay. Yeah, don't worry, Danielle.
Good evening, Mr. Patterson.
Good evening. Let me check with our audience to see if they can hear you. Say something again, Madam Vice President.
Good evening, my lovely Jamaican people. How are you doing?
All right. Una can hear her? If Una can hear her, say yes. If all Una can hear, just type yes in the box, please. Just type yes so I know that you can hear her. Wonderful. So them can hear you, Colleen. Go ahead.
Beautiful. So what did I miss? What?
Well, so far I have been trying my best to explain what's going on and what we're going to do. I think everybody understands now what this is all about in terms of us trying to unite the nation and
Right?
liberating the nation, and inviting us to embrace a more healthy lifestyle by beginning at least to step, get some walking done for 1 hour a day. But tell us about the competition itself. What kind of app are we using? What's the name of the app? I told them it's Inkin is the main platform, and then they can link that with a particular app that they have. I told them Samsung Health, not sure if I'm right, is one example, or Google Fit. Yeah. So take it over now, run from here. Tell them how it works.
All right. Basically, to begin from the beginning, the One Jamaica Walk is basically it's an event that we have put together, right? And the idea came about to organize this type of event, the One Jamaica Walk, which will afford every Jamaican citizen here and abroad, all UIC members, to be able to fully participate, whether virtually And this is also, we also appreciate if persons could assist us by donating to this cause, and this would definitely aid our campaign support and overall administrative expenses. Right? So the Want to Make a Walk kicks off tomorrow, March 22nd. We go out and walk, right? We will be walking for unity, liberty, and for healthy living. We're inviting everyone to come out and join us on this walk. We start downtown at Ward Theatre at 9 a.m. sharp. Not only are we inviting everyone to come out and join us, we want to ensure that we replace hate with love. We want to replace divide with unity. And we also want to replace subjugation with liberty. So hence this work is very important to us. So for you to be able to join the event, you will have to purchase a ticket for 1,500 Jamaican dollars, or if you're going to be paying in US for other persons who are overseas, you pay $15 US. If you're going to pay online, you can use our donation portal, which is available on the UIC website. But in the memo section, please remember to make a notation to state that you're paying for the ONE Jamaica Walk. And in order to purchase a ticket from any one of our UIC members locally, you can either reach out to one of your council candidates in the area, or you can reach out to the UIC office numbers, and they could maybe tell you the closest UIC member in your area to purchase your physical ticket.
Wonderful.
Right.
So
Let
one
me tell
thing.
them about the inking.
Oh yes, before you go there, before you go to the in kin, I think it's called. We want people to know that tomorrow,
right,
everybody can come out. It doesn't matter whether you donated 1 cent or $100. Everybody is welcome to come and join us. The only stipulation I would make is that you wear blue, which is fine. If you don't have blue, that's okay. But but we welcome everybody. So come on out tomorrow at 9 a.m. and join us for a walk. And if you're overseas, wherever you are, please just join us in the walk. Send in your post your videos online and say, hey, I'm taking up the One Jamaica Walk challenge, and just put on your Instagram, on your Twitter account, on your Facebook account, to let everybody know that you are taking up the One Jamaica Walk 30-day 30K challenge, and that you are supporting the movement for unity, for liberty, and for healthy living. Continue, Madam VP.
Okay, great. And thank you for that input. There is an app we call InKin. It's INKIN that you would download on your smartphone. When you download that app, it basically, you set up your account. And once you set up your account, you go to MySpace. After you go to MySpace, then you will select public competition, and in that list you will see the One Jamaica Walk challenge. So you click on join and you are in. Quite simple.
Right. So let me interject for a second, because somebody is having a problem that I had when I tried to join. They're asking for the code, and they need to know that instead of clicking, they must just scroll down a little bit and click the public walk. That's all.
Definitely the public walk.
Right.
If you do it otherwise, they will ask you for a code.
Right. So for somebody here now, JAK Witty is asking for the code. Just scroll down and then click the whatever it says that allows you to go to the public walk. The code is for if we were doing a corporate competition. So we pay a whole heap of money and I do corporate. This one is just for a public group, so no corporate sponsorship. So scroll down a little bit and click that, and you should be okay. Continue, Madam VP.
All right. So basically, once you're in, you select join, and you're in the competition. And that way, you will actually see a listing of all the persons that are in that group, or who have joined the One Jamaica Walk.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes.
Right. And then you'll be able to post but you'll
Mhm. Okay, wonderful. So thank you very much, Madam VP. Appreciate
You're
that.
welcome.
I'm going to let you go now, and I'm going to finish up the conversation with everybody here. Okay.
Thank you so much. See you all tomorrow at 9 a.m. sharp.
All right, wonderful. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was Carlene Ramirez Acosta, VP for the County of Middlesex for the United Independence Congress of Jamaica. So, yes, this is going to be a very unifying event. So, we welcome persons from all persuasions, whether you are affiliated with one party or the other, whether you're an independent or whatever you are, it doesn't matter. Let us come out and join hands together and work towards unity. We can achieve this. We can move away from the partisan divide. We can move away from the hate. We can move away from, you know, everything that divides us and just come together as one. As long as we respect each other's life, respect each other's freedom, and respect the property rights of everyone, we can work together. We can come together. And so the One Jamaica Walk is going to serve as our unifier. It's one step closer to creating a real new Jamaica. It begins with us saying, listen, we're tired of being divided. We're tired of being used. We're tired of being abused. It's time for us as the Jamaican people to unite and to become one. And that's why we say One Jamaica, stronger together. And, I am very convinced that the moment we understand and appreciate that we're all equal, we might have differences in terms of the way we look, the way we sound, but we all have the basic ingredients of humanity. And therefore, what we want is a system that doesn't try to separate us or divide us or give some of us more power than anyone else. What we want is a system of laws that respects all of our rights and that protects each of us equally from everyone else. The best way to do that is to be a true republic. And a true republic is one that respects the individual sovereignty of every single person. And that's what the UIC wants for you and wants for Jamaica. Just imagine when we get this through to our children that we all have a right to our life, liberty, and property, so long as we don't use force or fraud to infringe on the life, liberty, or property of somebody else. Just imagine when we build a Jamaica where our government is no longer bigger than us, but is for us. A government that is designed to protect our individual sovereignty, and a constitution that protects us from our government. Just imagine such a Jamaica. And that's a Jamaica we want to create. I really appreciate all of you for coming on this evening and for spending these few minutes with us. I wish I could spend more time with you, but I honestly have to go and get some rest so that I can be up early tomorrow. I'm driving all the way in to participate. My plan was to be in Kingston tonight, but I'm not able to make it straight here, so I'm going to stop partway and then make the rest of the journey in the morning. And we are going to have a good time. We're going to have a very pleasant time. I'm looking forward to meeting a lot of people along the way. I hear that we have some friends who are going to be leading a demonstration against the visit of those persons that call themselves royalty. Now, let me tell you something very, very clear. Nobody no more royal than you. Nobody, nobody is more royal than you. Nobody deserves to be called royalty. You and I are royal, if anybody is royal. You and I are sovereign, if anybody is sovereign. So we are not going to accept that a bunch of people are more sovereign or more royal than you or me. Let us get that straight into our heads and teach our children that nobody is more royal or more sovereign than any one of us. Nobody at all. It doesn't matter whether they're white or whether they're black. Nobody is more sovereign than you. And if anybody wants to come here from any other country that have been a part of our slave past, they must come here to give an apology and to compensate the people of Jamaica for the pain and suffering we have endured as slaves. They must come here and lay bare the truth They must confess their sins, and they must repent, and they must make amends for those sins. And those amendments must come in the form of cash value to every single Jamaican individually. We cannot afford for reparations to go into the hands of politicians. If they give politicians reparations, might as well they simply give the politicians more money to enrich themselves. Because every dollar that comes into the hands of a Jamaican politician, every single dollar that comes into the hands of a politician in this country, some of it is going to leak away into their bank accounts and make them wealthy. You saw all the money that was spent during this COVID crisis. Lots of money was spent. Where did it go? The Jamaican people are poorer now than they were 2 years ago. But I can assure you that the politicians are much richer today than they were 2 years ago. Everything they do, every action they take is calculated and designed to rip off the people of Jamaica. So this person here, I, Joseph L. Patterson, will not be welcoming any royalty to Jamaica unless they're coming here to apologize, to repent, and to reimburse the Jamaican people for the lost wages of our ancestors who they enslaved for more than 400 years. That's all I want from them. So I'm not supporting any red carpet to be laid out for these foreigners coming to our shores in order to kind of shore up the continuation of the colonial system. And so tonight, as we talk about unity, I want all Jamaicans to unite with me, with the UIC, and with every single Jamaican who is opposed to any royal visit that is short of an apology, a confession, a repentance, and a reimbursement to the Jamaican people for the severe loss and suffering that we have undergone because of this thing called slavery. I make no apology. I make no apology for the position that we take. We are not going to bow down to any foreign powers anymore. And it's a shame that our political leaders have taken 78 years to bring us here and still have a white woman, the Queen of England, as our head of state, after 78 years of self-governance and independence. We still have that foolishness at the head of our country. They should be ashamed. They should all be fired. And the Jamaican people should make every single steps necessary to abolish the system of governance that we have now and replace it with one that will respect us as a people, that will protect us as a people, and that will empower us as a people. And so it's fitting that tomorrow morning we are going to be in Kingston, the heart, the capital of our country, when those who consider themselves more royal than us will be coming to our country. It's also fitting that I hear that a number of Jamaicans will be outside the British embassy or somewhere there, protesting against such a visit. But more importantly, we, the UIC, while we support the protest 100% of those who are protesting, and while we stand with them in harmony for what they're protesting, we actually take pride in ignoring these so-called royalties. We will not give them any form of recognition except the appropriate recognition that they're actually a part of a criminal past that needs to be remedied. In fact, all 63 members of parliament are a part of a criminal past that needs to be remedied. Think about it. We know that the Jamaican people have suffered dearly from the importation and distribution of guns. We know that the Jamaican people have suffered dearly from mass corruption where billions of dollars have been stolen and we're being taxed to pay them back. We know that Jamaican people are suffering because of a poor and dilapidated education and healthcare system that have left many without the skills and competences and the quality of health that we need to be productive. So we know that not only are the colonial powers at fault here, our own leaders right here in Jamaica are at fault. Our own leaders who look like us, who should be fighting for us, have been a part of a system that have fought against us and have left us weaker than we need to be. And so I join with all Jamaicans who say no to the royal visit, yes to reparation, and it's time for us to stand up and unite and fight for what is right. And so tomorrow, we're going to unite around the principles of protecting individual liberty, personal sovereignty, and we're going to encourage all Jamaicans to take seriously their health. We must never again be in a position where we're dependent on government for our health. We must know how to take care of our bodies. We must understand our bodies. We must understand our own indigenous herbs. We must know how to use them. We must know how to heal ourselves, because the herbs, the trees, the leaves, all the things we have here is for the healing of the nation. We do not need to depend on foreign imports to care for our bodies, to care for our health. We do not need foreigners to tell us what to do. We, the Jamaican people, have the power, have the ability to take care of ourselves, and it's time we stand up and take charge and stop allowing a bunch of fill in the blanks to continue to manipulate us through a fake system of governance, a fake parliament with all their fake titles of honorable and so on. It's time for us to stop playing this game with them and get serious about fixing our country. So until then, I'll see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. at the Ward Theatre, when we shall walk for a new Jamaica. The One Jamaica Walk is about uniting us as a people and doing what it means to do, what we must do, if we're going to enjoy a real new Jamaica. Thanks again for your time. Thank you for being here. Good night, and see you in the morning. All the best. Bye-bye.